Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. With this being the first week of the new year, 2021 in the house, it's a good time to think about being prepared if you aren't already. It is never too late to start prepping to whatever degree you're able to prep. So as you can imagine, since we raise our own animals and grow a lot of our own food, my freezers are full all the time. Between what we raise for ourselves and process for ourselves and the poultry that we do sell, we always have a full supply of meat. That is never an issue around here. However, sometimes freezer space is. So we also like to pressure can a lot of our own meats, and you do need a pressure canner for this, guys. So it is definitely something I recommend having on hand. Look, it has been a crazy year. There is nobody that's gonna argue that with you. Between the political stuff and the whole, my corona, it is crazy. Some of the things that we have witnessed over the last year, between people hoarding groceries and freaking out, to people struggling because their businesses have been shuttered or they lost their job and they're trying to figure out how to feed their families. So if you're in a position where you can put a little extra aside when things are on sale, we highly recommend doing that. We have done other videos on what kinds of things to buy and prep, like the top 20 items to have in your prepper pantry, food items that is. But I wanted to kind of touch base on that again today because it's super important to have some of those things, because right now you never know what the thing is, the SHTF situation is going to be, right? You never know. Right now, we kind of know what's currently going on and we kind of know what some of the issues have been, like toilet paper, right? I have always been weird and I've always kept extra toilet paper on hand. It's one of those things that I always have stocked extras of. Lysol wipes, I've always kept extra bleach wipes. I've always kept extra toilet paper and rolls of paper towels and extra coffee. Things like that I've always kept, even before we lived like this. I've always had extra of those things because I don't really know why. It just seemed to make sense to me, but I've always kept extra of those. So when this whole thing happened and our town was out of toilet paper for several months, we were fine. I didn't have to buy toilet paper when everybody was going crazy because we had it. We were totally good. And it doesn't take much to have a few extra things over time. The main thing to remember is buy things that you would actually eat. Buy them when they're on sale. So watch those ads, watch the coupons, watch when beans are on sale for, 50 cents a can, and buy a few of them. Buy, $2 worth of beans at that point, and you've got a few cans, and you do that every few trips to the store, and you end up with a decent stash. It's also important to rotate your stock. Now, these last couple weeks, because of winter break for Christmas and New Year, Frankie was home from school the 2 days a week that she's actually going, but she was off the whole 2 weeks. And so what do kids do when they're bored? They want to eat, and when they're home, they want to eat more for some reason. So I made a lot of what I like to call prepper meals the last week. It was time to rotate our stock. So I went through and made several casseroles and pasta dishes and things like that, using up some of the meats that we had pressure canned ourselves, some of the stock that we had made ourselves over the last year or so, and to kind of rotate them out and make room for the new stuff that we canned this last weekend. So it is important, go through when you add new things, put them at the back, rotate that stock, but it is never too late to start being a little bit more prepared, no matter how much space you have. Now out here, obviously we have a few racks of different types of foods. We've got our beans, our sauces, our fruits, our vegetables, our meats that we've canned, so there's lots of things that you can keep on your prepper shelf. Having these things here, if you have a tight month, pulling a few meals off your prepper shelf when things are a little bit tighter so you don't have to go to the grocery store is very nice. Or when things are kind of crazy, like when we had a lot of the riots going on, I didn't really want to go to the store for anything. So we had some prepper meals then too, because when you don't or can't leave your situation, it's nice to have a little bit of extra, on hand. so that you don't have to leave, or if the weather conditions are bad, or whatever the situation is in your area, it's never too late to start preparing. And this 2021 is a great year to kind of start fresh because, well, let's face it, everybody wants to get rid of last year. Like, kick it to the curb, like, bye Felicia, like nobody wants anything to do with 2020 anymore. This is a good time, if you aren't already, to start preparing a little bit more than maybe you have in the past. Make sure you have some extra dog or cat food on hand, which I always keep extra. I've got it on the shelf over there in front of me. Sorry, you guys can't see where I'm pointing, but that's what I'm pointing at. And then I always have extra, you know, animal feed and stuff just in case. It's a good idea to have those things on hand, and it's never too late to start. You never know what kind of things are going to come up, and things are crazy, you know, and they may not settle down for a little while. So having some extra things on hand, whether it's for a financial reason so that you don't have to go to the store and spend money, that you've got things on hand that you can eat when money's tight, it's important. You know, taking those kinds of things into consideration so that your cupboards don't run bare. And then, you know, take that time. You know, maybe you are a prepper, but maybe you're watching this right now and you're going, I haven't rotated my stock. I haven't gone out there and looked at things. Go out there right now and rotate that stuff. Go through and look what's going to expire soon. Start making some meals out of it, or donate it to a food bank that'll use it right away. But you definitely want to make sure that what you have on hand is going to be edible for you. So don't buy things that you would never eat. There's some things on the shelf, admittedly, like the Spam, I won't eat, but Mike likes it, and occasionally. And it's a good prepper thing to have on your shelf. So, and in a desperate situation, I will eat a can of Spam. It will happen. I'm just saying. But I don't know, I haven't been that desperate in a while. So, but I'm just saying, but it's a good idea, you know, go through your stock, rotate it, check what you have, fill in any blanks, think about, you know, when you go out there and look at the things that you do have, think about, like, how can I put a meal together with what I have on my shelf? And practice doing some of those meals. See if you like them, tweak them a little bit. That way, when you do need to use it, you'll know how. You'll know how long, how much some of those things will last you versus just randomly having cans on your shelf. So it's not too late. Go through your prepper shelf, start a prepper shelf, become a prepper. It is not too late. This is the perfect time to start, guys. Get to it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you get the notifications.